What is up, everyone? Jacob from Syndicate Yu-Gi-Oh here, back with another video, and I am super excited about today's video because we got a deck profile on the deck that I've been running for a little bit now, and changing, just having a lot of fun with this deck, and hopefully I'm gonna start taking it to locals more, and maybe get some duels for you guys. So we're just gonna get right on into it. As you tell, it's Stealth Kragen, Kragen Control, whatever you want to call it. It's a bunch of different names, but for starters, we have two Beautiful Princess. It would be three if somebody around where I live had an extra one, but we are rocking two right now. This is your main starter card beside Buzzsaw Shark. When it's normal or special summoned, you can banish it and then special summon one level 4 lower fish type monster from your deck, and your target is Buzzsaw Shark. This is your second main starter. Once per turn, I can target a water monster I control, which is usually itself. Special summon from my deck in defense position one fish monster with the same level as that monster, but with a different name. So it gives you very easy XYZ plays and gets your combos rolling. So next, we have the extenders, people would call them. We have Triple Silent Angler. It's arguably the best one. It combos really well with one of your spell cards called White Mirror. This one, if you control a water monster, you can special summon this card from your hand, but then you can't special summon any water monsters or any monsters from your hand for the rest of the turn, so there's kind of a drawback from that one. Then we have the two ofs. We have two XYZ Remoras. This is kind of an iffy card. I'm starting to like it, but I used to not. I can special summon this card from my hand by detaching two XYZ materials from monsters I control. So that means I could target two XZ monsters that have one each and detach those, and then special summon this. And then its effect is you can target two level 4 fish type monsters in your graveyard and special summon those targets in face up defense position. Their effects are negated, can't attack, and can't change battle position. And whatchamacallit, can't be used for an XZ material except for that of a water type monster, which is what we're going to usually use them for. Second, we have two Shathanas. If you open this, you usually want to start with this card because it says if you control no effect monsters, you can special summon this card. Just a really good level 4 water extender that we have for the deck. Then we have two Lantern Sharks. This one is one of the ones I like to special summon off of Buzzsaw Shark. It's because when it's normal or special summon, I can activate its effect, special summon one level 3, 4, or 5 water monster from my hand in defense position. Usually go for 4 because that's the level that we want, so we can go into our XZ plays. And for our last fish monster, we have one right hand shark. If your hand is subpar and only opens a Buzzsaw Shark, you can normal summon your Buzzsaw Shark to special summon the right hand shark, and then go into Crooked Cook, which we run in our extract, to try and build up a good enough hand to be able to play against your opponent, everything like that. Next we have hand traps, or monster hand traps at least. We're running just the 3 Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. This hits a lot of stuff today, especially one of the best engines right now, which is Brave. It hits Fateful Adventures, it hits pranks and prank kids. It just hits a lot of stuff that today's meta runs, so it's super good to have in your deck, and that is why we run 3 of them. So that's it for the monsters. We're going to get into the spells. So since we only have 2 Beautiful Princesses, we run 3 of the Piri Race map, or however you want to say it. It basically says at the start of your main phase, you can search the Beautiful Princess and half your life points. Then it says, after adding it to your hand until the end of the next turn after this card was activated, you cannot activate the added monster's effects or the effects of the cards with its names until you normal summon that monster with its card's name. But if you add the Beautiful Princess, you're most likely going to be normal summoning it right then and there, so super good. Then we have a singular 1-for-1. It's just another way to get to your tuna because your tuna is your main starter. So yeah, that's that. And then Triple White Mirror. This is a monster reborn. It's a rotor for your fish, and it's just an overall really good extender, especially when paired with Silent Angler. And I'll show you guys a combo after the deck profile for that. So yeah. Next we run 2 Cosmic Cyclones. I put this in here because Prank Kid Brave can run Mystic Mine, and you know, I don't have an out except for that, so that's why I put it in there. And then I don't have an out for some pesky back rows, so that's why I did that. And then the next cards we have are some just basic strong one-ofs. We have 1 Monster Reborn, just an overall good extender, and then you can special summon your opponent's DPE, which is super good. We have a Harpy's Feather Duster to clear back row when we're going second. We have a Called by the Grave to stop your opponent's hand traps, stop your opponent's DPE, just anything. There's Celestial Dasher, really anything. And then we have a 1 Upstart Goblin to just draw into our combo pieces. If you give them 1,000 life points, you're gonna take it away. So really good. That's it for the spells. Now we're gonna get into our traps, and we run 3 Goza Match. This paired with Stealth Kragen is an OTK, FTK, whatever you want to call it, because they can only control 1 attribute of the monster, which means they can only control waters, they can only control earth, and then Stealth Kragen turns everything into waters. So super good, and it's just a soft lock you can do to your opponent in any case in this deck. Then we run Triple Solemn Strike. This is just an overall good going first card, being able to stop basically anything, any monster your opponent summons, stuff like that. And then for the last one, we run 3 Infinite Impermanence. Still like this card over Veiler, and it's a hand trap. It's super good. Always gonna run 3, and that is it for the main deck. It is 40 cards. The only thing I change would be definitely adding in a 3rd Beautiful Princess if I had one, but I don't. Hopefully soon though. So onto the extra deck, we have, for starters, we have 2 Stealth Kragen. This guy is, the namesake of the deck, but honestly it's not even the boss in my opinion, but it's a namesake. So it requires 2 level 4 water monsters, which you do very easily in this deck, and it says all face up monsters on the field become water. Once per turn, do the main phase. Quick effect, so you can do it during your opponent's main phase too. You can destroy 1 water monster your opponent controls. So this turns everything into waters, so you can destroy basically anything they control. And then if you do, your inflict damage to your opponent equal to half the attack it had on the field. So it's super good in time, time restraints or whatever you want to call it, the time rules. To be ahead of your life, of your opponent's life points, even if it is by like 100, So, and then if this card is destroyed, I can special summon Stealth Kraken spawns from the extra deck up to the number of materials this card had, then attach up to 1 water monster from the graveyard to that Stealth Kraken spawn, which is this. Basically, this dies, which brings out this. If this dies, you bring out this. They just go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Just being able to, get a real good grind game going on. And next we have 2 Bahamut Sharks. This allows you to special summon the Totally Awesome, which is Omni Negate and everything, which is really awesome. And then you usually use these 2 to go into the Draco Future afterwards. So really good. Or Vespinato, even, if you want to go that route. So next we have the 2 Toads, which we special summon off of the Bahamut Shark. And, like I said, this is an Omni Negate for anything. And then you can actually set it to your side of the field. So it's really good in that aspect. And then when it's sent to the graveyard, you can target a water monster and add it back to your hand. You can add back Buzzsaw, Shark, Silent Angler, any of your starter cards, any of your extenders you might want back. So it's an overall really, really good card. And then we run the Utopic Draco Future package with Utopic Future, which you put on top of your double Bahamut Sharks, and then the Draco Future, which you put on top of that. So this cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects, so that's really, really nice. And then once per turn, when your opponent activates monster effect, quick effect, you can detach 1 material from this card, negate the activation. Then if that monster is on the field, gain control of it. So my opinion, this is the boss monster. If you can pull this guy out, he's just super, you know, oppressive, being able to steal your opponent's monster, negate their effects, then steal them. So super good. Next we have, you know, we run an XZ's base deck, so we kind of have to do this. That can special summon out level 4s. So we're running the Chakanine, Borbo, and Zeus package. So you basically use 2 for level 4 monsters to go into Chakanine, overlay into Borbo, and then attack, and then go into your Zeus to clear boards. I really like this play. Really like this engine in the deck. It helps clear boards, which allows me to go through my own plays. It's just the only thing is, this is a light, so if you have goes a match, it's kind of eh. And then the next 3 spots are kind of like flex spots, but I like to run Abyss Dweller because it shuts off the graveyard, and if I know I'm going against, like, you know, PKs or just something that revolves around the graveyard, I can go into that. And then we have the Drill Driver Vespernato. It's just a good card that you can drop on top of your Bahamut Shark, and then it gives it piercing too, so that's really good. And then we have Crooked Cook. This is kind of like your backup plan if you don't draw a really good hand, and you know, you could sit on this until you do. So yeah, super good extra deck, super tight. Like I said, these 3 are flex spots. Since I don't run Instant Fusion, I don't need the Instant Fusion or Ready Fusion. I don't need the rare fish or anything like that. So the next part of the video is going to be a little combo video showing you some 2-card combos and maybe even a test hand. So let's get you guys right into that. Alright guys, so this is the combo part of the video, and I'm just going to go ahead and say sorry for like kind of rushing through the deck profile. It's just my phone was about to die, so I was trying to hurry up so I didn't have to, you know, re-record and everything. But we're good now, and take things slow, actually explain the combo, and yeah, we're just gonna start off with a basic 2-card combo, and that those 2 cards are White Mirror and Buzzsaw Shark. And then this could also be Tuna, it could also be Map. So yeah, let's start off with a basic 2-card combo, and it starts off by normal summoning Buzzsaw Shark, activating its effect to special summon 1 fish card from your deck in defense position. So we're gonna go and we're gonna special summon the Silent Angler, and then we are going to overlay these 2 into our first Bahamut Shark. So we got this is our 3rd summon. So we're gonna activate Buzzsaw Shark, or Bahamut Shark, my apologies, and we're gonna detach the Silent Angler. It's very important that you detach Silent Angler. And then we're going to special summon our Toad on the 4th summon. So protects us from Nibiru. This combo is super awesome. So 4 summon Toad, 4 summon negate for the Nibiru, because this deck, it can lose to Nibiru, but usually we get out Toad on the 4th or the 5th summon. So then we're going to activate White Mirror, targeting our Silent Angler that we detached, to special summon it from the graveyard, and then add a Silent Angler from our deck to hand. So add that to hand, shuffle the deck up a little bit, you know, all that good stuff. This goes to grave, and then we're going to activate our Silent Angler's effect in our hand, since we haven't already done that yet, to special summon. And then we're going to overlay these 2 into, you guessed it, a 2nd Bahamut Shark, which I'll go ahead and bring this right here, because we're going to detach one of the Silent Anglers and go into our 2nd Toad. So that's 2 negates already for our opponent. Then we're going to use these 2 get sent to the graveyard to overlay into a Utopic Future, and then we're going to use that to go into our Utopic Draco Future for our 3rd negate. So we have a monster negate and 2 omni negates, plus we would have 3 cards in our hand, which could be Solemn Strikes, Imperms, or even more extenders that we could have used, like Xyz Remora, to go into like a Stealth Kragen, everything like that. So that's the first 2-card combo. And that's like the bread and butter combo, you know? So most games, that's what you're gonna see, unless you just draw that hand that's just super bad. And which I'm about to show you guys what we do in that situation. So yeah, let me get these all kind of situated. I'm kind of OCD, so get those back in order. And this combo is only gonna require Buzzsaw Shark. So yeah, we're gonna normal summon Buzzsaw Shark, activate its effect, search our deck for our singular right hand shark, and then we're gonna overlay these two into, I hate to say this, but into Crooked Cook and see if they can out it. So yeah, and then we just wait until we just get a good hand to go off. So I hate that I had to show you guys that, but you know, it does come up sometimes. And that is it for the Stealth Kragen deck profile. Like I said, I was super excited to bring this to you guys. This deck is definitely going to be changing when I get the third princess. I only have two right now. It'll make it way more consistent, way more, yeah, pretty much consistent. Consistently opening up at least 3 negates, 3 interruptions, along with 3 other cards in your hand, which can be more interruptions. So I really think Stealth Kragen is a very solid rogue deck, and it's the one I'm going to be using at locals for the foreseeable future for right now, until I can, you know, just find another deck that I want to play. But you know, it's kind of hard because I'm really liking this deck. It's very linear. I know the combos, and yeah, it hardly ever bricks, but when I do, you know, I can guarantee at least a Crooked Cook to get me into my plays. So that's good. And you know, just want to say thank you guys for watching. And if you did enjoy the deck profile and the, you know, combo video part of it, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, guys, this is Jacob from Syndicate Yu-Gi-Oh! Have an amazing day, night, or you know, whenever you're watching this. You know, Yu-Gi-Oh's great. I love it. It loves y'all. I'm sorry for rambling. I always do this at the end of videos, but as always, guys, peace.